Girls, y'all know what time it is, right? Do y'all know what time it is? It's time to get us some coffee and go say hi to our friends who are also going to be having themselves a cup of coffee. So let's go. Come on. We sat around long enough, sweetie. We sat around long enough. Let's find us a good coffee cup. I can smell the coffees are brewing. Hi to hello, Mr. Hank. Hi to hello. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we got us some Christmassy cups. Look, the naughty one. Jamie, we got a cup for you. And the nice one, of course, that would be for me. All right. Right, Mr. Hank, which one are you, buddy? No comment. No comment. Now, Jamie has gone off and done something weird. I will not be having caramel macchiato, but I'll stick to my old faithful here. I will let you guys know we're having our coffee, our Christmas blend of coffee this morning from Cog Hill Farm. Those are our friends Jason and Brooke over at Cog Hill Farm. And I will also let you know that we will not be going outside because it's cold. Today's a cold day. Look, I'm wearing stretchy pants. Stretchy pants and socks. I don't know where all that hair came from. I have no idea where all that hair came from on my stretchy pants. All right, well, you know what, guys, to each his own. We don't judge you, you don't judge us, okay? All right, a cup for Lester, the nice one. Well, that looks amazing. That's a great color. Cog Hill Coffee, here we go. And then the one for naughty Jamie. All right, guys, join us.
We're going 20. It's Todd. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
Jamie, we have people in our
And then
room.
21. I feel like we're moving places here.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas from Shannon in North Carolina. Isn't that sweet?
Beautiful.
But my favorite of all the comments, and it was one of the very first ones that popped up. I didn't put it on here because I've been saving it to show you. You ready?
I was wondering why you weren't scrolling.
I wasn't. Well, so you got to see this. Jamie, hold on. I'm trying to go to the very, very top. It is so darn funny. Look how many there are, Jamie. You ready?
I haven't taken a sip of coffee yet, Lester.
I'm almost there. I got to hide the current comment, maybe. I got to hide the current comment, go to the very top. And, oh, my gosh, the further I scroll up, the harder there it is. I think we may have a new Lesterism. And it's all going to be started from Black Feather 393. Hard to hello and good morning, everyone. Jamie, this is to you.
Hold on.
Hard to hello.
There you go. That's better. Okay. There we go.
That makes no sense whatsoever, but hard to hello, Jamie.
Hey,
hard to hello, friends.
Hey, y'all.
I like that.
Light has us really washed out right now. You don't feel like it is?
Well, I mean, no matter where you put the light, we're going to have issues. Believe it or not, yesterday during my live, this light fell onto the floor.
That's better.
And I thought it was going to shatter into 100 pieces, but it did not.
Good thing it's from Five Below. It's $5 whole.
Good morning, everybody. And if I look tired, it's because I am, okay? But this coffee is going to help a little bit. And now I'm realizing why you gave me your cup. Look why she gave me her cup. Because there's still a tag in it. There is still the tag.
Actually didn't give you it because of that. I gave it to you because it says naughty.
Oh my God, Jamie.
That's an added bonus.
There is still. Hold on. Remove that comment, Jamie Cakes. While I try to attempt to remove this tag, I did not even realize when I made the coffees this morning that there was a tag inside of mine or yours. Darn it, which is now mine.
That's what you get.
Oh man.
You probably put other things in it, which is why you're like, that one's definitely Jamie's.
Oh.
Trying to ruin my day or.
So there we go. That's a little bit of tag residue, which is fine, Jamie. No one's going to judge me based on a little bit of tag residue that I may or may
That's
not
what you get.
ingest. Okay.
That's what you get.
Did we do our cheers yet?
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Happy Saturday, y'all.
That just means that more than likely when we opened that gift, we stuck it right on the counter and never even washed it. Which means if it came out of a resale shop, then that means that someone who knows how
It
many
builds character, Lester. Builds character, builds up your immune system better. We ate dirt and did all that stuff as kids.
we sure did.
So I have a confession if we're going down this path. If I buy clothes, I do not wash them before I wear them because I'm fearful that my wash will ruin the clothes because I don't buy very expensive clothes. So like I will take the tags off and put them directly on my body.
I will confess even more than that. I will sometimes wear clothes and not wash them for several wearings if I did not sweat or do anything to get dirty
I do that with
in
jeans.
those clothes. Huh?
I do that with jeans or like this jacket that doesn't really touch my body.
Yeah.
Like I'll do that.
So a lot of people are probably saying, Lester, you're gross. You always wear the same shirt. Jamie, tell the kind people how many of these I actually own.
Like 20.
So 10 that say Longhorn Lester and 10 that say I'm a survivor. And then not to mention though, these are my long sleeves. Then I also have about 100 that say they have all 3 logos on them. So I have pretty much taken and made a work uniform where anytime you see me, I'm wearing something to represent my work. My job.
This is my winter attire, but my son, like as soon as dress time comes available, all this is coming off. Like this is simply because I can zip this up on a, if I'm working from home from Zoom, if I zip this up and just show my pearls on camera, it looks like I'm wearing a very nice attire, but in reality, I'm really comfortable. Don't tell anybody at work. If anybody at work is watching, we don't need to go there.
Not to take this really wonderful start to a live in a different direction, but have anyone found out of how wonderful you could toss that weenie? Did anyone hear about that yet?
Are you wanting to do it again? Is that why you're like sitting here because you lost?
It's sitting here staring me in the face. It's staring me in the face. But Vanessa told everyone about it. Vanessa, thank you. So Jamie and I.
Where did you get this? By the way,
okay. So there was a box that came, and it said "Open on a live, open on a live, open on a live." And so yesterday during my live,
it's actually a real it has parts.
It's a game, and so everyone who's going to scream and holler, "That's an adult game! Shame on you! Shame on you!" Friends, I would like you to notice where it says this game is for ages 8 and up. And it's for 2 or more players. Can you all see that? Ages 8 and up. So don't say it's an adult game. I think it's the devil inside of some of us that make it adultish. It's just the devil, y'all, because an 8-year-old going to grab that chicken and grab that weenie and have so much fun. I don't know why it does this to certain people. Like look at Jamie, for example. Look at Jamie. See, certain things that can be made for kids can be taken very differently if your mind allows you to. My mind has no problem with these two whatsoever.
You've seen the bottle flip that kids do, right? Like, have you seen that?
Yes.
This is where I think that it stemmed from, except for it's a race.
That was stuck.
Why are you choking it? That almost hit you in the face.
It did. But listen, so the only people who will keep screaming things about those are adult toys is because you have too many adult toys that resemble things that look like this. Because otherwise you would never even suspect something like that. What?
And I had a thing on my coffee cup.
Oh, so anyway, so sometimes you point the finger right back at yourself. So careful what you scream and holler in the comments.
I know is it really is challenging. And this one, I think, is easier than that one, probably because of the bigger body. Not this. That one has a bigger bottom. Anyway, it really is fun. Like, I don't care how dirty it looks. I told Lester this morning, I'm like, I'm going to try it. And I did it. And then I made a video of it. And then.
So yesterday on the live, I opened it with, guess who was with me? Nephew Ben. Of all people to open a gift with, Nephew Ben.
How did that go?
So Ben was petrified. He was like, and I'm like, what, you want those, don't you? He goes, no, what if my parents find them in my room? I'm like, well, it's just a game, but what are my parents going to think? He was so darn scared to take these home. But I will also say that the whole time he was sitting here playing, he was doing this over here. He was like, just, and why are you doing that? He goes, I have a bad habit of dealing with things in front of me. And he's having such a horrible, horrible time. We had so much fun on the live yesterday. But no, this is a game that was sent to us. And it said, anyone that saw the live, you saw for yourself, it said over and over, open on a live, open on a live. And they got so excited about it. On one time, they put open on a leave, L-I-E-V. They were typing so fast and they were so excited to open on a live that they even spelled live wrong. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just open it on a live. And so I did it. And then.
And you have no regrets.
No, I mean, I don't really care because here's the thing. No matter how good you think you are tossing that weenie, there are people who saw the live yesterday and they will also say that Lester picked it up, gave it one toss and landed it perfect on his first toss. And it was
which one was it, the weenie or the chicken? Oh,
no, it was the weenie. I have a really difficult time working with the chicken. And I say working with in lieu of other words that you probably want to put to my mouth. Okay. You know, here's the thing, Jamie. There are people who jump right over to our channel from Cog Hill where they are a really wonderful example.
Oh, we should send one of these to Cog Hill. I double dog dare. I'm sending one to the Smiths. And I double dog dare.
Please say open on a live.
Hold on a second.
Play it on a live.
I'm ordering one right now.
Cog Hill, you can just see the halo over Jason and Brooke's heads as they talk. You can just tell that them people are just going to go straight into heaven and not even pass through the sign where you got to stop and have.
Oh, it's on sale. It's on sale for $20 on Amazon. Okay. And we're going to send this to.
She's ordering one for Cog Hill right now. You have to say, please open on a live. So it needs to come to us first.
Oh, no. Oh, they won't. They live in the middle of nowhere. It won't get there until December 30th.
Oh, right now, shipping is going to be a nightmare no matter what. So, no, but I'll tell you what, all the
New Year's Eve game at the Smiths.
All the sweet people who sit there and watch Cog Hill and just know that those people are going to go straight to heaven. Then they come over here and watch us and they are really saying, dang, that's like night and day right there.
We'll see you at the gates.
That's like night and day.
We will be at the gates of and there'll be judgment.
Please let us in, Jesus. It's just a game. It's just a game. It was a game, Jesus. Lord, holy moly. It's a game. And I can tell Jesus right now.
Araceli says, is that why y'all wear black? Yeah. I'm kind of black sheep. Both of us.
Oh, Lordy. Now,
so are you going to play?
I've already demonstrated my
No.
tossing abilities.
No.
Oh, Jamie, not right now.
Come on.
People are going to they're going to leave us in droves. They're going to think there's something wrong with us.
Race.
They're going to think something's wrong with us.
There is stuff wrong with us. All right, you ready? One. We're like, as soon as we flip, you keep going until you beat the other person.
Okay.
Ready? Why are you so good at this?
I would say years of practice, but that would really only be one overnight of practice, Jamie.
I have to turn it this way with his eyes facing it so it doesn't look so horrible if somebody else joins.
I'll have mine looking at you. That looks horrible.
I just saw my grandma's watching.
That's right. Jamie's grandmother's working. I am. Yeah. Someone says, please leave the gate open. We ain't getting in, man. We ain't getting in. I promise you that. So y'all leave the gate open for us and chain that darn thing open, please. So I'm moving these out of the way. But listen, why the suction cup on the bottom? That's my biggest question. Why the suction cup on the bottom? That is what, if it were just a flat surface, like a water bottle, they have the bottle game.
To stick.
Because it does not say to lick it. It does not say to even wet it. But
both of us did. Like
I
naturally,
don't know why we naturally.
Why do suction cups have an invite for us to, like, whether it's on the windshield, like on our holder for the phones, anything with a suction cup, or both like,
Well, how about
no questions asked?
How about worse than that? How about when you go to seal an envelope, you don't have to lick those anymore, and I lick the heck out of them. I'll lick them till I'll cut myself accidentally licking those darn envelopes.
That's true.
And I'll lick stamps too. Yeah. I'll lick it all, and then I'm like. I don't think that's made to be licked anymore. So I don't know why. We just lick things. So anywho's. So what's wrong? Did you just snort?
No, I choked on my coffee.
Oh, you choked on coffee?
Yeah.
Anywho. Well, hey, folks, happy Saturday.
Where do you even go from here on that? Like, seriously, like there's no that's 15 minutes of just mayhem to start off Saturday.
Someone goes, just stop it, Lester. Don't blame me for everything. It's not me. She gave me the naughty cup. I'm actually the nice guy. There's sometimes people don't realize that in every relationship, you don't always know what you think that you know, friends. You don't always know what you think you know. That's all I'm saying. That I may not be the naughty one here. But I think that what we should need to do today, in all honesty, and I know that you got some great video, and I recorded some video that I'm giving to you because it's more your story than it is mine. Roman. People want to know about Roman. So I don't want to talk too much, but can you say anything? We did have the visit yesterday with Dr. Cochran. That was the follow-up visit with Dr. Cochran. And I would say that there's some good news.
There's positive news. I will, like, can I just be like vague and just say we're on the right path, we believe. I don't want to like share all of it, to be honest with you, but
are you going to use the video that I sent you from the surveillance cameras with how you got Roman into the barn, or can I just talk about that?
You can talk about that.
I'll talk about it, but I really want you to use it. And if you don't, it has to.
I'll use it.
This has to be out there, y'all. This has to be out there. This is one of those kind of things that we always tell you. If you don't see it with your own eyes, you would never believe it. Okay, so everyone knows that Roman is a bit skittish. Okay, he's a little bit nervous, and having the little gladiators, which are the calves who we have in the pasture with him, are nice for him because it gives him company. But it's not easy for Jamie or I to go out there because they want to all run up into our beeswax and mess with us. And that makes Roman get a little bit more nervous because it's a crowd. He doesn't like to be crowded around.
Also, because the second that you get close to Roman, you can't make big, fast movements. And in the meantime, you got Ruby and Danny like literally up your behind, and you have to make fast movements or you will die. So it creates a bit of a conundrum, essentially. Oh, look, there's a sticker in my cup too. It was covered in coffee.
I love what Kathy says over here. Lester, I think Jamie can be very naughty. That's why you love her. Kathy, I just try to balance her out. I'm just trying to balance her out. Okay. I'm trying to balance her to bring her back down a level, but there may be some truth to that. I don't know. But you had a tag in your coffee also. Boy, I was not very observant this morning at all, was I? So listen, what happened is, this is the craziest thing ever. So I was here going live yesterday, and Jamie went ahead and went on over and was having a really hard time getting Roman, getting the halter on Roman there in the pasture to walk him over. We did not want just to let him out because we know that sometimes when he gets out to walk over, those other horses come up and just do all kinds of crazy stuff, get him all worked up, and we don't want him near that riffraff, right? Okay, so get this. This is amazing. Jamie accidentally lets Danny out of the pasture. I have it on surveillance camera. I have cameras. Y'all know I have cameras everywhere. I'm like a weird camera guy. I have cameras everywhere. And so I watched Danny walk out of the open gate. Jamie's trying to call Roman. Danny, that's the little white Danny, walks right out.
But I'm not freaked out because I know that Danny's gentle to me.
Danny's
Danny
so sweet. She'll
me.
come right back.
Yeah.
We're not concerned with Danny at all. Not one bit.
It was like least of my worries. And this is after, I'm going to give a confession here. This is after a very long time of trying to get a halter on Roman. I don't mean 5 minutes. I mean like over an hour of trying to get connectivity with Roman.
Yes. So Danny's out. Well, get this. Now that Danny's out, now Roman is like saying, wait a minute, why is Danny out and I'm still inside this pasture? Why am I still running side to side, not wanting to have any contact with mama? And Danny's up there the whole time walking around in the yard where I want to be. So Jamie says, you know what? I'm going to open the gate, see what Roman does. So Jamie opens the gate. Roman comes out of the gate, and get this. Danny walks straight to the red barn, and Roman follows her straight to the red barn. Danny stops at the gate. Roman walks right in. Jamie comes up and closes the gate behind.
It's like Danny knew what I was doing. Like Danny knew the goal. I don't know how Danny knew the goal.
It's all captured on my surveillance videos
it was
cameras.
Unbelievable.
And so Jamie didn't really, I was sitting here now at this point, my live was over. I'm driving over, but I'm watching everything from my surveillance cameras because it records live. And I'm watching, I'm like, what? So Jamie sends me a text. She goes, okay, he's in. Now, here's the thing. I wonder if I had not told her I watched the whole thing happen, would she have told me, oh, it was easy? No, I just walked over and put a halter on him and walked him right over to make me feel bad because I know the truth. So my reply to her message, he's in, was like, oh, yeah, look at this. And it shows the entire thing. Danny walking Roman over. So we have Danny to thank for this. Danny is that sweet little longhorn, the one that we bottle fed because she was born during the drought. And Danny walked Roman from one pasture to the next.
She knew exactly
right into the barn.
It was unbelievable.
And,
like so intuitive. And I mean that from and while it's happening, I'm in disbelief that it's happening because I have tried everything at this point in time to get Roman near me, but the cows keep we played ring around the hay bales for 30 minutes yesterday. And it wasn't that Roman is scared of me. It is that Roman is scared of my quick movement the second that the cow comes up behind me, and I'm scared to get impaled, basically. So that dynamic is great for Roman because he feels like he's part of the herd, but he's also following their movements and that type of thing. So it was really challenging. And then had I known that Danny was going to be the one, I would have done that 30 minutes before.
Yes.
Because it was just amazing.
Is he going to crush our picture?
No, he slept there most of the night.
Hank is sleeping on top of our family photo. Now, we don't use that family photo. We have a bigger one on the wall. They're behind us.
Yeah, that's Lester's board.
But that's the one I've been using for my board game, the Dale or No Dale, that I've been playing a lot. Anyway, no, Danny did something remarkable, and it was so fun to watch. No one's going to believe it until we actually show the video. And it's all recorded from the surveillance cameras. And I'm like, that's my Danny. That's my Danny. I love her.
It is like the opposite of horsemanship, though. You know that, right? Like cows are supposed to be over horses are supposed to be over cows. And Danny, come on, Roman, let's go. Like Danny turns out to be the leader of that little herd up there, which is just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It was very, to watch the video afterwards, though, was actually really special because in the moment I'm number one, breathing heavy. The video that I made, I sound straight up like Darth Vader in that moment. And to I was feeling defeated. I messaged Lester and said, I'm struggling today because it wasn't just a me and Roman conversation that was happening out in there. Now, at that point in time, when he got in the barn, he still didn't have a halter on, so we still had to have that conversation. But it's so different when you can be one-on-one with an animal versus the whole herd being involved. So I have to also say that, the last time that I put a halter on Roman, he wasn't feeling well, and I had to bring him across. Oh, little Eclipse.
Oh, love mother.
Hi, baby.
This is one of those rescue kitties who's made himself inside the house. Mr. Hank can't stand it.
No, he's fine.
Mr. Hank can't stand her.
No, he's fine with her. He just doesn't want her to eat his treats or to sleep in his spot.
So there's only a couple of spots where Mr. Hank loves to sleep. And this kitty over here has been getting up in those spots. And Mr. Hank has no defense mechanism besides just trying to scream at her. And she does not care at all.
What's funny is Lester goes, "What's this cat's name?" And I said, "Eclipse." And he goes, "What's it? What is it?" And I said, "Eclipse." He still couldn't hear me. He's like, "Flip? Her name's Flip?" Yeah. So I call her Eclipse. Lester calls her Flip. So she's really beautiful, very sweet. She's very vocal typically. And she's been in and out. She went out this morning and then decided
she's all over the place.
Come back in.
Tell everybody about her weird water fetish.
This cat drinks more water than I've ever seen. Right now, I have to put a coffee mug full of water on the counter because she drinks more water than I've ever. If you put water out, she will drink it till it's gone. I
don't know if she just doesn't drink much at all, and then when she does, she just drinks everything, or if she has this weird thing because picture this, maybe because she was abandoned,
and she just couldn't have
feral.
Water.
And she had no access to water.
It's very possible.
Maybe now when she sees water, she's just going to drink all that she can because she doesn't know when she'll see it again. Because we've had dogs who've done that with food, food aggressions. Because when they're homeless, I'll just say homeless, and they don't have food, sometimes they will eat and they just cannot stand. They won't stop eating because you already know about this, because they're so afraid they won't be fed again for a while.
That's true.
So
a lot of people say that she might be diabetic.
Oh, never thought about that.
She is pregnant.
She is pregnant, and she came here that way.
Yeah.
So don't be upset with us. We will just like we did with Christmas. We'll have our babies. And listen, I'll tell you right now, we could use
they will be JL North
at the JL North. You all saw that Jamie, sweet Jamie, called herself a little mouse inside the RV where I sleep. Okay. Inside the RV was a mouse. We've kind of known for a while that there were mice because you could see little droppings. And if you leave any food out, then you find where they've been eating into it. And so we were scared to do anything with the poisons because we didn't want our dog, or anything to get a hold of it. And
they were out of those, right? You can't find regular mouse traps around here, I guess, because it's the time of year right now where they're everywhere because it's starting to get cold here. I know everywhere else in the country it's been cold, but for here it's starting to get cold, and that there just aren't available.
Bottom line is we got us a mouse. We caught a mouse. And that tells me right now that if those mice are coming up in that RV to get warm or to whatever, well, there ain't nothing more warm than my bed. And I do not want to wake up with a mouse curled up next to me if we can help it. So I'd rather have a couple of cats to walk around.
Those mice are not going to get in our bed.
No. Who's to say where those mice go? Who's to say where they go or have their babies?
There's no food in that. There's no food in there.
Jamie, they have to sleep somewhere. Anyway, listen, we're going to go ahead and get us some cats. So if she does have kittens, I can promise you we will, with any males,
I actually was considering making her the RV cat.
Oh, she'd be a good RV cat, but she does have to go outside sometimes.
Does that matter?
Only if Sadie's going to be upset about it.
I don't think she would, but I was like, she's sweet enough, and Hank tolerates her. Don't get me wrong, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, she's feral, so she is a hunter still. Yeah. And then when she has babies, they don't all have to stay inside or anything like that, but I don't know. I was just thinking about that because she's able to be caught now, she's content with all of that. Like, she's super sweet. She might be a good RV cat for you.
I was going to show some pictures if you don't mind real fast. So to say that there's no cats around the property is actually not accurate. This is my camera, and there catches something coming inside the door. There's something coming inside Sadie's little door. That's a cat. And so there are cats that make their way over there. That's not the only one. Here's that same cat eating out of a bowl there. I can't see what I'm looking at.
People are saying that mice do get in beds. Well, that rules out me sleeping at the JL North for a
Here
while.
is a nighttime picture of that same cat eating out of that bowl.
That's a big cat.
That is a big cat. So there are, and there's a black one too. Let me find the black one. So there are 2 cats that come over there that I've seen.
Oh, that was a pretty picture. Go back to the one.
The one looking
up.
around?
Yeah.
This is that same cat looking around the bowl. So I've been putting food in that little room for Sadie.
Little tabby cat there.
But it's coming over there eating Sadie's food, which is cute. And but I want to show you all the black one. There's a black one as well. And then here's a squirrel. There's a squirrel in my feed room. There's a squirrel in my feed room. Squirrel. What are you laughing for?
Because I hadn't seen that yet.
So that same squirrel is
That's Alan.
So that same squirrel likes to get on top of my surveillance camera and breed it.
That's Alan.
So Alan likes to breed my surveillance camera. Here's the black one. So here's that black cat inside the shop or the tool room at that same little Sadie's little food area. So yeah, there are animals that come in and out of that room. Here's another one from that black one from turn around the other direction.
Big cat too.
It's a pretty good sized cat. Now, I will say this, Jamie and I have pulled up and seen them run. So they're not gentle.
But Sadie doesn't mind them is what I was getting at.
Sadie doesn't seem to care. I mean, I have not
seen. She didn't care when she was here about cats.
No, she didn't care.
So I do think, like, I'm not advocating for Eclipse to leave. I genuinely love her. But that would at least ward the interior of, of the RV. We would then still need traps for the basement part.
Yeah. Yeah, well, here's the thing. This is what everyone has always said. Movement. Movement is the number one deterrent for mice and things that try to live inside your home or whatever. Movement. So if you have things that move, even a remote controlled vacuum, those kind that go on their own. Just any kind of movement is the number one thing to deter animals from moving into your living quarters.
That would be hard with the stairs there, though. That would be super
hard.
No.
We wouldn't do that. No, but if you want to move the cat over, I'd be more than happy to have her.
She's very sweet.
She doesn't like me as much as she likes you, though.
So here's the thing. She's very sweet. She has hunting experience. We'll just say that. She's comfortable being indoors or outdoors. She uses the litter box great. She just needs a lot of water.
And isn't that weird that a cat as wonderful as she is, Eclipse, could found herself living abandoned in an auto dealership?
No, it's bizarre to me. Who knows?
Yeah, and then a lot of people over here are talking about how if you're not careful, animals like mice and stuff can chew up on your wiring and everything else.
Which is what I'm terrified about with the RV.
Well, with the new tractor. Sheesh, that would be horrible.
So maybe moving Eclipse there so that her babies know that that's their home too is not a bad idea.
It's a wonderful idea.
That means I have to go stay at the JL to, comfort her the first night.
Yeah, it's been hard, and then so we were talking about Roman, but you kind of stopped talking about Roman, so we're all done with Roman.
No, honestly, so getting him in there was a challenge. Then calming it, like once he got in there and Danny wasn't in there, he kind of had a moment, and we really had to calm him down to be able to get the halter on him, and through some patience, all of a sudden he was like back to normal Roman, and it was okay. But it's interesting how animals adapt to their surroundings is what I was getting at on that, and how cow-like he actually became. So Dr. Cochran got there with 2 techs. When she looked at him, the breathing rate has not really changed much.
Look at the size difference in these two. And I was just appalled at watching Jamie stretch as far as her little legs could stretch.
Appalled means you're grossed out.
No, appalled. No, I mean shocked.
Oh, okay.
What's another word for shocked?
Mm-hmm.
I was just in awe. I was in awe watching Jamie just stretch as far as she could. And that big fella let her put that halter around his head and then that lead. And you know what's crazy? And I know you were talking, sorry.
That's okay.
But as soon as, this is crazy to me. But as soon as the halter's on, he changes. Now he's like, okay, let's go to work.
It like clicked for him of like.
It clicks. I'm ready to work. Put on whatever you need to do. I'm ready. Let's just do it. Let's get it done. And that's beautiful to me and also kind of sad. But
he was just like
astonished. Thank you, y'all.
Here's the thing. I have to say that the last time I put a halter on him, I brought him over to the Red Barn. He had, he had a full vet workup with sedation and injections and temperature checks and a lot of poking and prodding. So to Roman, it didn't leave like a real positive thing, because it ended, late night and just, it wasn't good. So I can't blame Roman for having fears about what's going to happen if I go to the Red Barn and I put the halter on again. Yesterday was not as intense. His breathing is still pretty high, but not as rough, if that makes any sense. So still a high rate, but much more smooth. I can't explain that to you without giving you sound. And I'm working on, Dr. Cochran is actually working on recording the recording of the differences in the breath sound so we can explain it a little bit better. And then he still has a fever, but not as high. There's some weird things to that. I'll leave for the video that have some explanations around that, but we have decided to continue treatment as is and wait. He's a very large horse. We don't know how long that has sounded that way. And we don't know if, right now we're treating for pneumonia and upper respiratory infection. There could be so many things added on to that first we need to clear pneumonia and upper respiratory infection and then decide what's next to be able to treat. I will also say that Roman's activity yesterday of taking forever to get a halter on and him running, not running out of fear, but like seriously just being that active was a major change from 5 days ago, like in a positive way. He wasn't running out, like, yes, he didn't want to put a halter on, but he's not like scared to death and running from fear. He felt good. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. What I was hoping you would finally get to, I'm still waiting for you to get to it, but I'm excited to announce, and I will let Jamie talk more about it, but we think that in the next 4 days, we don't have to have another follow-up, but in the next 4 days, the heavy dosage of antibiotics will have run their full course. And at that point, we will have the all clear to
We don't believe that he'll be contagious or infectious at that point.
And at that point, we have the all clear to do the what. You know what, y'all. You know what we're going to do in 4 days. And what's beautiful about that is Christmas Eve. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I've been, what's that word you always use? Jonesing. I've been jonesing, y'all. I've been jonesing. Oh, here they come. Lisa knows. Christy knows. Everyone knows. Janet knows. A lot of people know what I've been jonesing to do. And what a wonderful Christmas surprise for Roman. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jamie. Everyone tells us, everyone has told us, everyone in the circles, meaning Dr. Cochran, meaning Mr. Rick Gore, also Courtney, have all said, just put them together and let them be. Yes or no? So at what point do you and I say, but Roman's not 100%. I don't want to, if he starts having to run, we don't want Rita to be the end of Roman, y'all. That would be horrible.
So I didn't say put them together. And
you didn't, but everyone else did.
Everyone else said start through a fence.
Okay, now you're going to, no, they did not. No, they did not. Don't start trying to say and put words.
I said through a fence, okay?
You're going to start putting words in everyone else's mouth to make everyone back up your story.
No,
Jamie wants to put Rita on one side and Roman on the other for a couple of days just to see how they interact. I don't like that idea. And I'll tell you why, because that means that Rita will be in the pasture where the fencing is not the best fencing for horses.
It's true.
There's T-post out there. Even though we have T-post covers, there are T-post, and I just don't really like that. So I really have tried to say, I love you so much, babe. I love you so much. Come over here. I love you so much. Nookie. I love you so much. Doesn't that show love? But Roman is a gelding. And Rita is a young little
Spitfire.
But that's not what I mean. I don't mean put her in the pasture next door. I mean let her out in the courtyard and let them smell through the fence at first.
Then we have the riffraff next door, John and Jack with us. The riffraff. We're going to back up and let Rita in that pasture, and we're all going to sit there and we're going to say our prayers. We're going to just say our prayers that everything goes smooth and that Rita and Roman have a happily ever after. And there's going to be an establishment, y'all. It's going to happen. There's going to be an establishment of a hierarchy. That's going to happen. And this is the only time ever in the history of Lester saying anything about horses that every horse person is going to agree with me that yes, they're going to establish themselves. That could mean some neighing. It could be a little bit of rearing. It could be a little bit of kicking. It might be a little bit of soft biting, but that has to happen. So y'all might just want to look at it. If you don't know about horses, you might just want to write it off as just men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and we may not always understand how it all goes, but I
think it'll be okay, because even watching Roman interact with the neighbors next door that day when we were trying to move him was still very docile, like very docile. And Rita, I know that no one believes this, but Rita has calmed down significantly. Like significantly. Maybe it's the cool. Are you having a seizure? Are you having a seizure?
I was hoping you would pat me on my back, Jamie. You can just keep on a patting while you talk about Rita.
Anyway. I think that I think it'll be okay. We have to remain close. And I know that Rita will always choose this sounds crazy. Rita will choose a human over a horse. So if something does go wrong, Rita will run to us if something is like that.
So we are hoping that can happen. Now we're going to keep an eye on Roman these next 4 days through this next everything. And then if all goes well, then and the weather's right, then by Christmas Eve, we will be loading Rita up and moving her over. The little calves will come out. Don't forget that the little gladiators, 3 of those gladiators who do not belong to me, that would be Sully, Faith, and Fancy, will all be moving on Monday to Longhorn Rancher Jake. And so what I think I'm going to do is put Waylon in the front pasture with the other 3 gladiators, because they're not really old enough to be in the back with all the big kids yet. And
it'll be Jenny Lane,
Danny and Ruby, and I might even bring sweet little Trinity up there too. Trinity,
I love her.
And then so we'll still have some fun with those babies, but that will also separate Tex and Waylon, because they are nothing but trouble together. Lord. And then we'll have Rita and Roman in their pasture, and it's going to be just beautiful. It's just going to be beautiful. I really have my fingers crossed, because the last thing that I want to have is give you all a Christmas miracle where you're going to see Roman and Rita fighting each other.
I don't think they're going to fight. So here's one thing
that's not much of a Christmas miracle.
Here's another truth, though. Rita is way faster than Roman.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't know. Roman has a pretty good gallop.
Rita's pretty fast. Rita's got some racehorse in her. I'm not saying she's a racehorse. I'm just saying that some of her blood is.
Rita is absolutely thoroughbred, and she can run. Yeah. That girl got some legs.
So I'm not worried about that. I'm more so. I think I'm just nervous about, like, I don't know, but you have to think about this. Like, horses will be horses, and horses were horses before humans interacted with anything. And I might need a drink before we do that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You might just have to stay home, because I don't think you can handle it. I don't know if you can handle it.
I know.
There are, with no offense, there are people who should not join if we go live. You should not watch that live. That you should not.
I don't think that you should go live, because you need to be paying attention.
Yeah, well, I will pay attention. I can put the live on a tripod or whatever, but I'm just saying that there are people who will love the moment, and then there are those who are going to hate it. And so no matter what, I can already tell you it's going to be some drama, but it has to happen. And I do hope with everything in me that in a week and then 2 weeks from now, and then you will all say that, you know what, Lester and Jamie, y'all did the right thing. That was a good move for everybody, for Rita, for Roman. Yesterday, I joked around, and I don't know, you didn't watch my video, but if you think about something, so Rita and I were having this discussion yesterday about she not wanting to be with an old man. You know, she can't stand to have to go move in with some old man, right? And but you know that in Gone with the Wind, you do know
I
that
did watch this,
except
for I never watched Gone with the Wind. So
you never seen Gone with the Wind?
I've never read it.
Oh, because you're from up north. You're from up north, and y'all don't get our kind of love stories down here. You guys from up north don't understand true love stories. So I was surprised because Rhett Butler was from up north, and he happened to choose to come on down south, and where he met up with Scarlett O'Hara. But the problem is, Scarlett had someone else that she loved. And it was oh boy, wasn't this a story? Anyways, but there was 17 years of age difference between those two. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
No.
I laughed because you and I have a few years age difference. And then in the comments, I was reading a whole lot of people who have also 10 plus years age difference is fun and funny. And then you want to hear something funnier? The further south you go, the bigger the age difference. Isn't that, is there something weird about that?
Real?
I mean, I didn't do an official poll.
What does that mean for men?
What does that mean
Does
for
that
men?
mean that men get way less mature down here? Because so the women have to you have to go up a level to be able to meet your match?
No, here's what I think. You want to hear what I think? I don't know this for a fact, but I bet you, I'm just guessing, that most people who comment are probably on their second marriage because their first marriage did not work out because they married someone around their same age. And we all know, I will not say who, but not everybody matures at the same level. So I bet you at some point women realize that, you know what, I need somebody who's more stable, who's more secure, who's more confident, who's more established, who's not going to want to hit the bars and spend his entire paycheck on women and gambling and drugs. And they end up finding that with a more mature person. And in essence, it says, you know what? If I have to jump up to someone who's 10 years older than me,
I've always dated older men, and I've never found someone at my age level, even as a younger person, that I connected with. And that is because the maturity level, the interest, the just overall their social presence didn't match mine.
Yeah. I mean, overall presence, you know, and I understand that maybe age can become a factor once you get to a older age. I don't think in your 30s and 40s and 50s it's as big of a deal. Maybe when the man's 70 and a woman's 50, that could be an issue. You know, I don't really know at what point it becomes a serious issue. But I do think that a lot of women really do look for and admire and respect and value security when it comes to that. And so if they find that in a man that's, let's just say 10 plus years older than them, then that it is what it is.
I know there's women who like younger men too. I don't really know how that works. I'm not being judgmental.
No,
I mean it in a way of I don't know how to connect with.
Listen, there's no woman in their 20s, and I don't even think in their 30s, who like younger men. I think that only happens when women get into their 50s and 60s when they start liking younger men. I think. Because like the comedian says, and it was a woman comedian, so don't get on to me, but a man in his 20s, 30s is like, I'm just going to not even talk about that.
I mean, to each his own. I think that for me, it's always just been older. And I think it's because I've never been I had a kid when I was 20 years old. So I have been older and further along in a social aspect because of my life choices, basically.
Yeah, well, you had a kid. And so think about this here. A woman who's in her 30s, for example, who has a child would never date a man in his 20s who has no children. Never. Oh, I'll take it back.
I'm going to say, don't say never, because it
No.
happens.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'll reword it. They may date, if you know what I mean, but they ain't going to get married unless that man has nothing going for him, nothing. And that man can also say, you know what? This is my ticket out of nothingness. Sorry, but I'm that's the real as I can say it. That makes you feel upset?
It doesn't make me upset. I just like to each his. I am not judging. Like, from my standpoint,
I don't care.
Do your own thing, and your why is your why, and all the things. I mostly was just speaking for myself, but to each his own. But for Rita's sake, because that's how this started.
Rita's going to go with a very fine, distinguished gentleman in Roman. Very distinguished. Guys, he is a gelding. There'll be no babies.
I hope that they balance each other out, to be honest with you. I hope that she makes him feel younger and gives him a little bit of spirit. And I hope that he helps her mature in a really calm, positive way. Those are my hopes. Actually, I had a moment with Rita this morning that I didn't record, and I was just looking at her, and I'm just like, I'm excited for her, but I'm also like, I know this is a really big thing to, like, that she doesn't even realize what's about to happen. So I don't know. It's my emotional side kicking in.
No, so my feelings are that Roman will look at Rita as one of his own, unlike a bunch of cows, and she will make life entertaining. She will give him purpose. She'll bring so much excitement with her running around and doing all that Rita does. That's what I think that Rita will bring to Roman's life. And that's going to be beautiful. Now, what will Roman bring to Rita's life? I don't know. I hope that he can have a little bit of a calming effect on her. But you know what? Nonetheless, we already know, guys, it's very obvious that we will never be able to probably remove all of the years of hardships that Roman has gone through. So we just want him to be happy. We want him to be happy. And we notice the way he watches the other horses. He wants to be with his own kind. He does. And I hope that Rita and him will balance out. And it's just going to be such a mystery. That's not the best word. Just to watch and wait, like a thriller, like you just cannot help but watch and wonder what's going to happen.
I'll also say, so one other side note on this is that if it doesn't work out, that's okay too.
Yeah.
And there's still, this isn't like, Rita, you got to make it work or else. Like, that is not the case either. So we will be watching extremely closely. We will be present. We will, all of the things, and we'll go from there. I mean, that's the way that I look at it. I kind of relate it to when we put Dixie and Beverly together. I realize that's horse plus donkey, but Dixie was 26 and Beverly was 1. And they became the best of friends. They taught each other so much. And it turned out to be this power duo that was like, I'm going to cry. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, they were wonderful. And the crazy thing about that is Dixie and Beverly found each other when Dixie needed it the most. And that worked out wonderful. And I think that was a very powerful relationship. And so I do think that Roman needs Rita. I do. I think that Roman needs Rita. Let's be honest. I don't think that Rita needs Roman as much as Roman needs Rita.
Yeah.
And because Rita will be fine, y'all. We have seen Rita, no matter where she goes, she is larger than life, and she will make friends. Sometimes it's a little bit rough at first, but she will make friends. And right now, Rita sees herself as the queen of that entire pasture over there.
I think she's still going to be queen of the pasture.
I think she will too. I think that she'll still be queen of the pasture, but she will have a Roman
bestie.
Yes. And they'll have, everything's going to work out great. And then once they do, we'll start trying to find ways to get stalls built and get everything set up to give them a really wonderful home. We also have plans to eventually get us enough money to get a pond dug out there in that pasture where they'll have a pond. Rita is not as much of a pond lover as what Roman is.
No,
but
Storm.
I'm sorry, Storm.
We don't know if Roman likes to swim.
We have no idea. But don't think that they are stuck to only that pasture. We can always walk them over to the larger pastures, front or back. The only thing that they cannot do is eat off of the feed buggy.
Yeah.
So if we ever decide to let them play around with other pastures and water and everything else, we can do that. But no, eventually we want to have us a pond dug in that pasture, get their stalls built, and let's just hope for a beautiful, beautiful relationship. But fingers crossed that will all happen on Christmas Eve. And so we will have ourselves a beautiful Christmas video without having to do any dress up. We've had Christmas videos before without doing dress up. Let's think about this. Who did we bring over for Cornholio? Gloria.
Yeah, but you were dressed as the Grinch.
Well, I mean, come on, you know what I mean. But it wasn't about me as a dress up character.
And we also had Ernie, who came to Annie.
Ernie came to Annie, was a Christmas video.
You did have to dress up for Carl's because you were Scrooge.
But was that Christmas?
Yeah.
So
Carl, so like Lester's the king of Christmas videos. So this one I think is going to be powerful on its own.
Yeah. And then of course we had Christmas here.
Yeah. We had the story of baby Jesus, which was Pig Trudy.
Baby Jesus, Pig Trudy. Yes, that was beautiful. Man, I dress up a lot, don't I?
We did the Grinch last year with the kids because we had, the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Oh boy.
So I had my old phone and I charged it and was like using it to upload, and now I can't find it because I wanted to post all of that Grinch stuff this weekend.
We got lots of good stuff. We have some really neat memories. A lot of people saw the memory this week I played of when the Big Birds took care of our predator problem.
Yeah.
That was a year memory that popped up on Longhorn Lester's. So anywho, friends, we have used our hour. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Anything big coming up between today and tomorrow night when we go live again?
No. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are going to happen today and tomorrow, but
wait, I thought it was date day.
There's a lot to happen on date day.
Okay. I don't know what we plan on videoing for date day, but today is Saturday. We do not have Lex. So we normally make our Saturdays without kids a date day. So we will do some kind of a date. I don't know what, but there'll be no dress up. Right?
Never know. Never know.
You never know with this girl. But listen, thank you guys for Lester. Did you get your Facebook back? I don't know. So it's back, but I don't want to talk business right now. I'm just saying that I'm able to put videos on there, but it's just missionary work. I'll just say what I do on Facebook, Longhorn Lester's, is simply me doing missionary work, which means there's not a lot of reward in missionary work except for knowing that you're giving to people. And I doing missionary work on Facebook, but it's back. It's let me load videos for missionary work. So Lester the missionary on Facebook. Don't worry about that. That's we'll take care of that. Don't you guys worry about that. Listen, anything else, baby girl? Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for loving us and supporting us, and for saying your prayers for our sweet Roman. Oh boy, she's just not gonna.
I want to redeem myself. Come on.
Maybe I should handle the weenie.
Ready? One.
So the rule says it has to flip so you can't just do this.
No.
It has to flip at least one time. It has to flip at least one time. Are we ready?
One. Why are you holding it with your fingers like that?
That's how I flip it.
Grab it. No.
How do you want me to hold it? If it's mine, I can hold it the way I want to hold it, right? Jamie, it's mine. I can hold it how I want to hold it.
All right. One.
How would you want? Is that better?
That's what you're doing at first.
Let me hold it over here.
You had it like that. You're like your pinky was practically out.
Jamie, I know what I'm doing.
All
here.
right. 1, 2, 3.
Ha! Oh,
chicken
man.
wins.
Darn it. There you go. Jamie got what she wanted, the win. Jamie got herself the win. Thank you all for watching. We will end the video the same way we started. And this is kind of funny, something that I noticed while we were all talking. Over here at the bottom, these two things. This over here tells you this could go either way, Jamie. One of them says family friendly. This is a family friendly game. And the other one says or grown-up party. So this game can be either family friendly if you're that kind of a family, or it can be used at a grown-up party.
I'm bringing it on Tuesday tomorrow, Hill. That's all I know. They're coming with me.
We're going to have a fun week, y'all. Thank you for watching, and we're going to let you guys go the same way we started this party right here.
Girls, y'all know what time it is, right? Do y'all know what time it is? It's time to get us some coffee and go say hi to our friends who are also going to be having themselves a cup of coffee. So let's go. Come on. We sat around long enough, sweetie. We sat around long enough. Let's find us a good coffee cup. I can smell the coffees are brewing. Hi to hello, Mr. Hank. Hi to hello. All right. What do we got here? Ooh, we got us some Christmassy cups. Look, the naughty one. Jamie, we got a cup for you, and the nice one, of course, that would be for me. All right. Right, Mr. Hank, which one are you, buddy? No comment. No comment. Now, Jamie has gone off and done something weird. I will not be having caramel macchiato. But I'll stick to my old faithful here. I will let you guys know we're having our coffee, our Christmas blend of coffee this morning from Cog Hill Farm. Those are our friends Jason and Brooke over at Cog Hill Farm. And I will also let you know that we will not be going outside because it's cold. Today's a cold day. Look, I'm wearing stretchy pants. Stretchy pants and socks. I don't know where all that hair came from. I have no idea where all that hair came from on my stretchy pants. All right, well, you know what, guys, to each his own. We don't judge you, you don't judge us, okay? All right, a cup for Lester, the nice one. Well, that looks amazing. That's a great color. Cog Hill Coffee, here we go. And then the one for naughty Jamie. All right, guys, join us.
We're going 20. It's Todd. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
Jamie, we have people in our
and then
room.
21. Oh. I feel like we're moving